for 24 points a contest. Tonight, they'll look to continue that success against UNC-Asheville next. Welcome, everybody, to the Harry A. Gamble Pavilion on the campus of the University of Connecticut. Tonight, for the Big South, the UNC-Asheville Bulldogs pay a visit to the defending national champion, the 8th-ranked Connecticut Huskies. Hi, everybody. Dave Sims, along with Ron Perry. Good to have you with us. And tonight, Ron, we look at a UConn team that's off to a 4-1 start because they're putting such a premium on defense.
That's one of Jim Calhoun's trademarks. His UConn teams always play the tough D. Let's look at the numbers. Team scoring less than 60 a game, making just 1 of 3 baskets, and having a very tough time going inside against the Huskies. The back line, the front defense of UConn, often sending shots back, better than 6 blocks a game, setting up the fast break, and UConn very effective finishing at the other end. They then set up the full court pressure. UNC-Asheville averaging better than 20 turnovers a game. They've got to handle the ball. UConn knows how to finish. Look at that alley-oop from El-Amin.
Tough place to play for non-Big East opponents here in Gamble Pavilion. You see the record, 24-3. A tough task tonight for the Bulldogs. The opening tip, the starting lineups coming your way right after this. On the campus of the University of Connecticut. Take a look at the starting lineups. Ready Biden-Bach's UNC-Asheville Bulldogs. It'll be Smith and Carey in the backcourt. Osikowicz and Reisinger has been playing well. Just under 12 points per ball game. The transfer from Evansville, and Adam Earnhardt will be in the middle. Look at Eddie Biden-Bach, played at North Carolina State for the great Everett Case and Press Maravich. And got some great basketball credentials. We'll talk about that a little bit later. For Connecticut, Khalid El-Amin. It'll be Albert Mooring, Freeman, Saunders, and Voskuhl starting for Jim Calhoun's Huskies. And Edmund Saunders been pretty consistent of late. Number 2 scorer, shooting 54%. And there's Jim Calhoun, 14th season, finally got that national championship last March down in St. Petersburg. Our officials for tonight's game will be Mike Foote, John Hughes, and Jeff Plunkett. First meeting between these two clubs. Asheville has not done well against the Big East. The Bulldogs off to an 0-6 start, the worst in school history, and they have a thing about playing big-time teams. Eddie Biden-Bach, this is the 3rd time in his 4 years he's played the defending national champions.
UNC-Asheville opening up in man-to-man defense, and the crowd on their feet until the Huskies make their first basket.
Kevin Freeman, now a small forward, gets the first bucket, and the crowd can take its seat. Talking to Freeman before the game, learning how to adjust being so far away from the basket.
A little bit more offensive-minded, playing the small forward slide. He looked good right there, aggressively going to the hoop.
But they made the move until some of the younger kids developed. Earnhardt having a tough handle.
Huskies man-to-man. They're playing tough D. We've talked about it. The opponent's shooting just 33% from the floor so far this year.
Matt Osikowicz, 6'7" senior out of Merritt Island, Florida.
Always helps when you're on the road when you can get that first basket to go down. Tying things up also gives you a confidence boost.
Fouls on Osikowicz. First foul on Matt.
Foul number 50, Matt Osikowicz. His first personal foul, first on the team.
On the inbound, here's Mooring from the corner. And tell you what, Mooring looking good with that jump shot. A lot more comfortable than when I saw him about a week ago against, no, not quite a week ago, against Coppin State.
Well, he's confident now, I think, taking that shot. And with El-Amin drawing a lot of attention, Mooring will find some big openings this year.
Shooting just 33%. That's short. Saunders rebounds the Osikowicz miss. Saunders the trailer. Look inside to Voskuhl. Pass led him a little bit too much. Turnover, Connecticut.
David, talking to Eddie Biedenbach before the game, his comment was, we'll attack the pressure. We're going to just pass that ball. We're going to use a 3-2 offense against the pressure. And if we can go up the floor and find open shots, we're not going to slow the pace of this game down. We're going to look for high-quality shots.
There's a shot from Carey, and he knocks down the 3. Brett Carey, who's a junior from Lincolnton, North Carolina, shooting 43% from deep.
Carey coming off a 26-point game. Oh, that was a tough one right there.
Ooh, boy, that was indeed tough. What a
Feet
thud.
came out from under him based on the way he fell down on that thing.
Earnhardt with the foul, his first.
Let's check it out right here. Let's see if he's able to brace himself for the fall. Tough to tell from that shot. It looks like his feet come out from under him, David.
That's exactly what happened. Oh, that's the worst kind. The worst kind. Oh, my goodness.
Right in that bone on the small of the back.
He got sanded. Took a little bump and grind in midair from the two big guys, and a wrist, too, holding that left wrist. This is the kind of thing that terrifies you about these early season matchups when you're the powerhouse team like Jim Calhoun's Huskies, and you worry about getting key players hurt.
Absolutely. He drove to the basket. He's done it many times. Just got hit in such a way while he was airborne. It appears that he wasn't able to regain his balance and get his feet underneath him as he went down hard to the floor.
Other action around the Big East. West Virginia, a winner in Wheeling against McNeese State. St. John's knocks off Virginia. Good to see Elamine up and at him. UMass knocks off BC. George Washington against Seton Hall. Providence, tough loss at NC State. Notre Dame a loser too. Not a good day in the Big East.
Tough day is right for the conference, and check it out with Pittsburgh going down to Tennessee.
So Robertson comes in to shoot the free throws. He takes Elamine's place. Joe Sharp going to be doing a lot of work. He's the most important man in the state of Connecticut right now as he takes care of Khalid Elamine.
Without question. Good sign, though, that he was able to walk over to the bench, and he seemed stiff, but certainly got right up under his own power and made it over there.
Working on that wrist right now. Here's the Connecticut pressure.
Sometimes you try to brace the fall and you get your hand underneath there, and it does do a job wrenching the wrist. Huskies stay man-to-man for a lot of pressure. Much quicker UConn team, more athletic. They're going to try to pressure UNC-Asheville as much as they can and keep the tempo of this game fast.
Bulldogs have turned it over a great deal this year. It's remarkable. They are minus 10 in terms of turnovers, and there's a shot clock violation. Outstanding half-court defense by UConn. Well, turnover by Asheville.
One of the reasons why Eddie Biedenbach wants to see his team run, they just couldn't find an opening there against the quicker UConn defense to find an opening.
So Robertson running the point for Connecticut. Just joining us, Khalid Elamine went out about a minute and a half into the game. Injured wrist. Here's a turnover. Breakaway, Andre Smith. And then Robertson defends it well. So 2 turnovers apiece.
Couple of freshmen going at each other right there. Robertson does a nice job against Smith to get back defensively. Just too much really dribbling and indecisiveness right here. You're trying to spin move Smith, and that ball goes right out of bounds on him.
Freeman gets it up top to Saunders. And we got a foul on the play. Adam Earnhardt, the 7-foot junior out of Baker, Florida. He picks up the foul, his second. The turnovers have been ugly for the Bulldogs, and there's a good sign as Khalid Elamine returns to action. 23.5 turnovers in 6 games.
Wow, and a record number 30 against Virginia Tech. Just too many. I guess the seniors making too many turnovers for Coach Biedenbach, and then the freshmen coming in playing a lot of minutes, and they've been turning it over. So it's been a problem they've got to try to correct to get on the winning way here.
Elamine back in. I tell you what, he looks even more determined than ever. Going into the paint, shoots, a little short, followed by Saunders. My goodness.
Saunders and Voskuhl right there, and you can see the pace of this game right now starting to pick up for the Huskies.
They gave it to Saunders. Here's a steal. Elamine breaks. Trail. He's got it to Mooring. Mooring now 1 for 2. Gets an easy rebound. Back to Elamine up top. Down low. Saunders, he got hit going up. He'll shoot 2.
Wow, UConn quicker, a much bigger, stronger front line. We saw it on that dunk by Saunders. And with Voskuhl and Saunders and Freeman banging away inside, it really allows UConn to play that relentless defense. There's the finish right there. Wow. Couple of guys up over the rim, and Voskuhl very emotional.
Carey picked up the foul, his first, team 4th. Here's Saunders at the line. He was a riot today at shoot-around. They had a jumping contest to see who could put his mark. They put a little some Zadru Dang coming into the game. Check that Suleiman Wan is in for Voskuhl. And Saunders put his hand a good 6 inches above the box on the backboard. He says, I'm the champ. I'm the high jump champ here at UConn.
He really gets up though, huh? And that verifies it. Maybe that drill working for him.
I tell you what, he didn't get much there. I'll have to remind him about that one. He was very proud of the fact that he was well over the box today.
You can see the quickness for UConn, and one of the reasons why the Bulldogs for UNC-Asheville are going to have to move that basketball when they find an opening. They're going to have to release quickly because the opening is closing on them very fast in this game.
Underneath, Saunders changes that one. Huskies on the run. Freeman ahead of the pack. Can he run it down? He does. Goes up strong. Too strong. Saunders is there, and he loses out of bounds. And it'll be as Mike Foote and John Hughes consult, it'll stay right here, Connecticut ball.
Did look like Saunders had it, and the ball was knocked out of his hands by the Bulldogs. UConn with another opportunity under their basket. You can feel the electricity's picked up a bit since Elamene's come back in. People are fired up.
Yeah, they gave the Huskies a rallying point.
Little zone right now. 2-3 action by UNC-Asheville. They're trying to force an outside shot.
Let's see if Freeman can knock it down. He does. It's a 3 for Kevin Freeman. He's got 5.
It's really a new part of Freeman's game, David, looking for that perimeter shot.
You bet. Brandon Carter in the game. They can use a lift from him. He's a freshman, number 23. Up top, also in the game, Ben McGonigal. Fadeaway is good by Matt Osikowicz. He's got 4.
Osikowicz, one of those blue-collar, power forward guys. He just bangs away, and he's been putting some points up of late.
Mooring outside. Freeman. He's got 1 3 to his credit. He's now 3 of 6 on the season from long range.
Biedenbach really mixing up the defenses man-to-man now. We saw 2-3 last time, trying to just get Connecticut to recognize and slow down a bit.
Suleiman Wan, fadeaway is good. Suleiman Wan, a lot more efficient, say the coaching staff of Connecticut on the offensive end.
Looks like he's playing free and easy. He's coming right into the game, playing aggressively. And I tell you what, UConn with a lot of different answers they can go to.
Scary how much depth that Connecticut has, and once they really start to hit their stride after a few more games, they're going to be positively scary. Good looking jump shot along the baseline by Brandon Carter.
So freshman Carter playing very well for the Bulldogs. Number 2 in scoring at better than 11 points per game.
Got our first time out more than 5 minutes into this one. Connecticut with a 14-9 lead over UNC-Asheville here in Storrs, Connecticut. You're watching Big East basketball from ESPN from Freeman's game.
Well, he's looking for that outside jumper, more offensive-minded. He's moved to the small forward spot, nailing that. Three-pointer is 3rd of the season, also very effective, as we know, going inside. So he's really opened his game up a bit.
Connecticut owns the board so far, 5-0. Pressure from the Huskies. Asheville getting it up floor nicely.
That was pretty nice passing right there. They're just using basically a 3-2 setup and swinging the basketball. And you know what? Against pressure, much better off to pass it than try to dribble through pressure.
No doubt about it. Reisinger gets it to Carter along the baseline. Carter, tough shot. Osikowicz got hit. Take it away. Elamine on the run. Trailers Robertson. Corner jumper here by Freeman. Got an unusual rotation on his shot. Suleiman Wan, he's looking good on the offensive end. That bodes well for Connecticut. He's got 4.
That's just athleticism. Osikowicz got back, but Wan up and over him with the finish.
Suleiman Wan really looking confident on the offensive end. He averaged 10 minutes in 10 minutes of play. On the average last year, averaged just 2 points.
Here's the weak side rebound right here. He's just got the hands up more quickly than Osikowicz, and then he just jumps over him. He's looking for his offense, and he does seem to be playing with a lot of confidence right now.
Off the curl is Carey. Won't go. Rebound goes to Robertson. Tony Robertson on the run from East Providence, Rhode Island. Ajo Dang is there. Suleiman Wan had it, lost it. They'll reset. Robertson with room for 3. Bingo.
A lot of answers for the Huskies. It's a great opportunity for some of the other players to get involved too. Robertson, the freshman, getting some quality minutes right now.
Nice give and go. Gorgeous. On the cut is Reisinger for the 2.
Really nice pass right there, and that's just good old-fashioned basketball with the give and go.
UNC-Asheville 0-6. They lost Wednesday to Western Carolina 94-86. Down 14, rallied to tie at 40. Went down 20, cut it to 8, and then lost a tough one, a player control foul. And we'll go the other way. The foul's on Wren, who just came in the game. The freshman Doug Wren out of Seattle's O'Day High School.
Well, the ruling here is contact right there before the release, so they're not going to allow that field goal and call the charge on Wren.
Danny Zell is in the game for UNC-Asheville, number 32.
You know, David, you say the 0-6. I'm thinking about this UNC team. It's a pretty good 0-6 team. They've played at Missouri, Tennessee. They've played St. Louis. They've played some tough teams so far.
And how about this road trip? They're in Connecticut tonight. And where do they go next? They go to Kentucky on Tuesday and NC State on Sunday.
Wow, what a way to open up the season. Well, last year they opened up 1-11 and got to conference play, though, and reeled off 6 in a row. So they will be battle tested, no question, when they get to league play.
Out of the Big South Conference, they get 5 on the shot clock. They're going to have to go. They get the shot up. Andre Smith won't go, and the rebound goes to Wren. Here come the Huskies. They've got Robertson, Wren, Elamine, Juan, and Aju Dang. Wren gives it up to Suleiman Juan. High rebound. Boy, Wren showing some ups there. Elamine, fadeaway inside the foul line, rattles it home. Khaled Elamine with the field goal.
He knows how to finish, I'll tell you. It looked like one-on-one basketball. There was a little indecision by the freshman when they had. And then Elamine got the job done with the deuce. Man-to-man by the Huskies, staying with it.
There's Andre Smith. Now Reisinger. Zell, his first touch. Long hoist there by Smith. Suleiman Juan, rebound, outlet, threw it away. A little anxious, and Elamine tried to sell the official that it went off of Andre Smith. That'll be Asheville's ball. We'll take a break. 5 turnovers for the Huskies, but they lead by 10 at the 11:30 mark. Jim Calhoun and company. We're back right after this.
He had gotten to the foul line when Elamine was hurt earlier, so good opportunity. Wren getting some quality minutes as well. Doug Wren getting into the action, and Cox should see some minutes as well. Marcus playing a little over 5 minutes a game, so real good opportunity. And I think in a game like this, you see Jim Calhoun year in, year out, develop the younger players, weave them in with the veterans, and then these guys are really ready for action when they get to conference play.
Well, let's check out this lineup now. You've got Wren, Robertson, Mooring, Ajo Dang, and Jake Voskel. There's some pressure. Andre Smith being guarded by Robertson. New player in for Asheville is number 45, Jason Horton, a 7'2" sophomore. They get it outside to Reisinger. Can't get it. Voskel kept it alive, and yes, indeed, Ajo Dang double dribbled. Good call by John Hughes.
Those are the kind of shots that the Bulldogs have got to make. That was a nice kick out by Osikowicz that time out to Reisinger. They've got to make those open shots when they have the opportunity.
You're not going to get but so many.
That's right.
Brett Carey just came in. Second chance points not happening right now for Asheville.
Yeah, one and you're done is the phrase right now for the Bulldogs.
Brett Carey gets it into Osikowicz. Carey. Osikowicz. Here's the big fella, Jason Horton. Hilton's Virginia is his hometown. Osikowicz in trouble. Andre Smith, tough shot, dumps it down to the big fella, and he scores. Jason Horton, that's his first bucket of the season.
Well, he's been nursing a groin injury. He's only practiced 3 or 4 times, and Eddie Biedenbach said he's starting to get ready. I probably won't use him tonight unless I have to. Well, nice finish for the big guy right there.
Well, the Bulldogs have 3 players at least 7 feet tall. That's not bad. And be one of the taller clubs in the Big South Conference. Freeman inside, got hammered, and count it.
Kevin Freeman, we've seen him from three-point land. Now check out the penetration right there. Just hammered on the play by Horton, but able to finish up.
Well, if you're going to foul him, foul him.
I mean, talk about some strength right there, David, huh?
No
concentration, strength, and you know something? the more you see Kevin Freeman play, the more you've got to like him. I mean, he puts up those solid numbers. He's very unselfish out there, and he just gets better and better.
It's one of Jim Calhoun's all-time favorites. And he never takes a minute off. No practice, no games. Always has a high motor.
Shows up ready to play.
That's it. He's got 8 points tonight. Steal, Mooring, and he lays it home.
With authority.
Yeah. He would have, they were having some high jumping contests. He would have been placing middle of the pack this afternoon. He was trying to show the big guys he could get up over the box. We'll take a timeout. Connecticut starting to roll. 13 points the advantage right now. 10-12 to go. Mooring won't get any easier than this. We come back to Stores in a moment. Defense really been special for Connecticut tonight and throughout the early part of the season.
We talked about it off the top, the quickness, the pressure, leading to good offense. Mooring with the great finish right there, and that's Connecticut basketball. Defensive pressure generating offense.
Brett Carey gets it back to Jason Horton. Connecticut in the last 2.5 minutes, a 12-4 run. Here's Osikowicz taking it into the corner. Draws a crowd, huh? Ball gets knocked loose. Saunders throws it back into the middle, like a centering pass in hockey.
I thought Osikowicz got bumped on that one. That was a pretty aggressive trap.
No question about it. Saunders got trapped, gets it out. Freeman will reset.
The more aggressive the play, you know, certainly is allowed to be out there, the more that favors UConn.
Freeman out of his normal rhythm. He's basically trying to retailor his game.
Yeah, that time he went a little bit more one-on-one. He normally gets his offense out of the flow of the pattern.
Freeman shooting 3 of 6 from the field. Nice patience here by UNC-Asheville.
Some tough defensive matchups out there for the Bulldogs. Osikowicz against the taller Voskuhl.
Boy, that was tough. He had a better shot when he first caught it.
Really had to adjust his shot. And again, not a block shot right there by Jake Voskuhl, but what he does is he really alters the shot to the point where Osikowicz doesn't even catch the iron. Check it out. He's got the hands up. He's taller. And it causes the guy, you know, Osikowicz to shoot that ball right over the basket. That is good defense. That's why opponents are only making 1 out of 3 hoops so far against the Huskies this year.
You bet. Dave Leitow, assistant coach, associate head coach for UConn, said that, you know, Jake's value, you know, they obviously would love him to average 10 and 10, but he said that's where he is so valuable, changing shots, you know, setting picks like he's about to do right here.
Well, he's a real presence defensively, and when you can bring one into the game with him or behind him, not bad.
There's Freeman, got the loose ball, draws the foul. He'll go to the line. So Saunders tried to create, and Freeman was there for the rebound.
Well, the thinner front line is really showing right now for UNC-Asheville. Osikowicz picking up his 2nd foul here. Earnhardt, the 7-footer, their starting center, picked up 2 quick ones. So they're really not as big or physical as UConn, and now they've had the foul difficulties. Really the worst nightmare for Eddie Biedenbach.
You bet. Going to bring Adam Earnhardt back in a couple of seconds. Freeman has that unusual rotation run. I know when you played, you had textbook rotation on your shot.
Yeah, he seems to have that. That rotation seems to not be perfect. He might have a little bit of extra action with that right hand, maybe turning a little bit out. He has a pause in his shot when he gets to the top. He's so strong, though. You know, he's able to just release that thing and get it up there. That time came in a little hard as well.
Yeah. There's a turnover. Not a good decision. That's turnover number 6. Ben McGonigal, freshman out of Panama City, Florida, threw it away. I tell you what, if you've been watching from minute 1, you wouldn't think that would be the number. Mooring with a 3-ball. Albert Mooring, 41% from long range, 7 points for him tonight. Huskies off the make. Turn up the pressure some more on defense.
I think the real thing is not the turnovers. It's the pressure UConn's putting on. It's just wreaking havoc right now for UNC.
Underneath is McGonigal. Get it back outside. Reisinger. Earnhardt had it. Reisinger takes it a nice lead. That's a terrific setup. And McGonigal completes the play. His first bucket.
Reisinger did a great job there, and the more they can do that penetrating type move, they'll get some quicker shots off.
Runner in the lane by Henrik Saunders. He shakes his head. He's got 5 points, thinking, hey, it's about time I hit one.
UConn making it look so easy from a variety of people. They've got the depth and quickness. And again, just relentless pressure defensively.
They get Jake Voskuhl on a foul. He was trying to front Adam Earnhardt. Might have been doing it a little bit too forcefully. Jim Calhoun pleading his case. 31-15 UConn, 7:35 to go, first half. Dominating early, 31-15. They have a 15-3 edge on the boards, too.
They've been doing a great job inside. They're just controlling the action, not allowing anything to happen. Voskuhl, we talked about him defensively, has been a real force, and he really just tends to clog things up, seal it off, and not allow UNC to get any kind of good quality looks in there.
Suleiman Wan is back in the game for Jake right now.
We talked about that earlier too, Dave. When you have good big people behind you, it really allows you to put great pressure on the perimeter, and that's what the Huskies do.
Some contact there as Adam Earnhardt took a fall. He's 7 foot 200 pounds. He's giving up a little bit of poundage to Edmund Saunders, who's 6'8", 220.
Well, there's no question that UConn's been allowed to bump and play more physical in this first half, certainly than their opponent.
They get it down low. Nice wheel underneath the roll. No. Keep it alive. Earnhardt's in there. That shot was changed by Wan. Now he's tied up by Elamine. Great job by the little guy.
Real battle in there. Give Earnhardt credit. The big guy for Asheville really getting after it. Staying with the play with a couple of offensive rebounds.
Well, they've changed a lot of shots. 27 blocks in the first 5 games from Wan, Voskuhl, and Dang for Connecticut. And probably about 3 times as many shots were changed.
Very few shots. We've only probably seen 1 or 2 in this first half where Asheville gets just an uncontested look at the goal. They're always with a hand in the face.
And how about even here? There's a tip ball. When they get the ball at the top of the key, Voskuhl's out pressuring Earnhardt. So they're having a very difficult time. Asheville is getting to good spots on the floor. And Voskuhl, a little bit too aggressive this time. He picks up his 2nd foul. To get more information on your favorite Big East team, go online at www.bigeast.org for all the basketball and conference news from around the Big East. Jake Voskuhl takes a seat. And Suleiman Wan is back. Reisinger, they cut him off. Pretty good score. They dump it inside, turn it over. Trying to get it to McGonigal, and that is the 7th turnover by UNC-Asheville.
You're going to have a tough time making that type of lob entry pass against the quicker, bigger UConn front line.
That's the thing, too. I've seen some games now, some interconference games. Big East teams against other mid-majors as Elamine knocks one down. The Big East has got some big boys in this conference. It's amazing. 5 points from Elamine.
Big and physical.
Yes, indeed. You know who's big and physical this year, believe it or not? Rutgers.
Some big boys on that team.
And Rashad Kent's down 25 pounds.
From what, though?
Oh, yeah. He's down about 245. There's a good shot by Reisinger. Transfer from Evansville. He's got 5. Elamine. Elamine in no hurry. Gonna play some clock right now. Coming up on the 6-minute mark. Mooring has shot it well tonight.
It's like a zone right now. 2-3.
Elamine shoots over, won't go, and a rebound goes to Brett Carey.
Every time he shoots it, it looks like it's going in. That one just off the mark.
It's just the opposite of Freeman. He's got perfect rotation. That shot not bad. And there's a putback. Well done by Adam Earnhardt. Weak side comes over, and Jim Calhoun says, "Are you kidding me? Timeout." A defensive lapse. And you know what? Fill in your own captions right here. Just look at Calhoun's face.
Absolutely. He called that timeout right away. He wasn't happy with the defense, and he's going to fire his team up. He wants to make sure that he doesn't let the momentum slip away. He's the master calling that timeout, getting his message across, and watch his team come out now and play with a little bit more emotion.
An uncontested layup, and when you have Arizona coming up Tuesday in the Grade 8, and I've seen Arizona, oh my goodness.
Exactly. They're going to come after you.
Wow.
And UConn, let's face it, they've had some tough games early. You know, they play Iowa and Duke. They played the UMass game, but they've also had some games where they put people away handily. Jim Calhoun doesn't want to have any kind of letdowns or setbacks early in the season.
UNC-Asheville substitution is number
You know the Zonas will come ready. Minute 1, you better be ready too to join the party. If not, you're in trouble.
Should be a great matchup.
Lute Olson and the Arizona Wildcats. That's a nice looking ball club. Robertson gets it out to Elamine. Quick step, sets up Freeman. Corner jumper, no sir. Oh, it almost went. It seemed like the rotation worked for him that time. Big front line for the Huskies. Ajo Dang, short jumpers, first touch, not bad.
Elamine, though, with the head up, really surprised Dang with the pass, but he was able to catch and finish.
That's exactly right.
Here it comes. That's the heads-up point guard. That's the leadership that Elamine brings to the team.
See how Dang changed that shot. Shaw was ready to tee it up, and he saw Dang running at him, and he said, maybe I'll pass this up. There's a pick, Elamine. Picked by McGonigal. There's ball, Carey ends up with it. Flip shot, missed everything. Sikowitz is there with 4 on the shot clock and a good-looking jumper by Brandon Carter. And Jim Calhoun is just flipping out on his defensive lack of pressure right now by his club. He's riding Robertson pretty hard.
I love that pass, though, when you're inside people, dish the ball out to the perimeter when they're all bottled up inside. Obviously, as a backcourt man, it's nice to get that pass coming out there and be open and not see your guy force it when the shot's really not there.
Jimmy, looking at Jimmy, you'd think this was the Georgetown or Syracuse game.
Oh, yeah, and you would think that they were down right now by 13, not up, but that's what makes him the great coach he is. The intensity level is there for 40 minutes.
Coming up on 4 minutes to go, first half. Dave Sims, Ron Perry with you. It's Storrs, Connecticut. We're at the Gamble Pavilion. Visitors from the Big South, the UNC-Asheville Bulldogs. And there you go. There's a nice high-low combo. Dang to Suleiman Wan. 6 points for Wan. Here's Carey. Guarded by Elamine. Outside. Get it back to Carey. Pick from McGonigal. Pick and roll. McGonigal missed it. Tip is good. Good hustle by Sikowitz. Followed the play. He's got 6 points. 3.5 to go. Ajo Dang. He can hit that and does. That's a 2. And his foot on the line. He's got 4 points.
I was looking over to see if there would be a reaction from Jim Calhoun, but it was very just straight-faced. He looked out there and kind of looked like, yep, I know Ajo can make that shot. He just did it with confidence.
Dang leads the Huskies in shooting percentage at 62% from the field. Dump it down low. Carey, quick shot. Rebound, Dang. Outlets to Elamine. Collin on. Oh, nice lead for Wan. Wan recovers, draws the foul. Might have been a little bit too tight to the basket, but a nice catch nonetheless. Soft hands by Suleiman Wan.
Well, but it's another example of the front line for Connecticut. Everybody on this team is athletic and they can run. Versatility is the word that comes to mind. Wan able to catch that ball, reel it in. Dang getting down the floor. UConn comes after you with full barrels loaded. And whether you're a guard or a big man, everybody playing defense and running the floor.
McGonigal's foul, his first. And Suleiman Wan shooting 77% at the line. UConn scholar athlete a couple years ago. Albert Mooring back in.
Got some serious height on that free throw.
Yeah.
Let's try to bring a little bit of rain in here. That baby was up there. He's got a nice soft touch. Jim Calhoun's got to be pleased with the way he's playing early in this season.
You bet. He had 6 points and 10 rebounds Monday in 18 minutes against Coppin State. All UConn, 2:58 to go, 42-25 here at the Gamble Pavilion, thanks to Suleiman Wan.
Dang down to Suleiman Wan, and we're seeing UConn we're seeing them run, we're seeing them execute like that out of the half-court set, and they're really playing on all cylinders right now.
At a storyline, Asheville shooting 9 of 20, Reisinger 5 points and 2 assists, and Connecticut owning the boards 17-9. And first minute and a half, Khalid Elamine took a tough fall, injured his wrist, not badly enough, although took the breath out of the folks here at Gamble Pavilion. He came back. UConn came back onto the floor with an attitude, turned up the pressure, and it's been all Husky since then.
Yeah, things did go up a couple of notches after that. And good to see Elamine get up. He went down hard, and he's back in full action.
McGonigal gets it over to Reisinger, guarded by Freeman. Freeman, a terrific defender.
He really is. He's a great athlete. Another thing, too, really, you're seeing in this game is UConn's depth up and down the bench, and that's another big story. They're just getting all kinds of balance offensively.
Well, look, the shot clock is down to 6. Freeman, they make him stop the ball way outside. There's a jumper, won't go. And a rebound to Ajo Dang. Carter with that baseline jumper. 2:15. Dang, that is a 3. Knocks it down. Ajo Dang for 3. Boy, you get a guy that big, 6'11", drilling threes. He's got 7 points. He's now 2 of 8 from three-point range. And he ties him up in the corner.
Tell me how you defend this team now. Now you got guys like Dang coming in the game. You know he's athletic. You know he can go inside. Now he's knocking down the 22-footers.
Wide open. I mean, this was not a struggle at all. I mean, that's his layup.
Wow, I'll tell you. And he did it so effortlessly that, and confidently just knocked it right down, made a shot like that moments before on the line. Much awaited Ajo Dang, and really starting to see him come into his own a little bit here.
And folks, that's his shot. I mean, he had been struggling 1 of 7 before he hit that, but you're going to see a lot of him taking that shot this year. Saunders powering in. Fade away. No, won't go. Freeman had it. Goes up. Got blocked from behind by Earnhardt. Adam Earnhardt with a rejection on Kevin Freeman.
He was aggressive on that too, Dave. Earnhardt picked up the 2 quick ones. That would have been number 3. And he went at that block aggressively. Came down with the arm and got a lot of leather.
There's Mooring coming up on 1.5 minutes to go. Short baseline jumper. I tell you what, he's got a sweet, soft shot, Elamine. He's got 7 points. That shot looked way strong, and it went down.
He's so quick. He gets the openings. 7 points. Look at this pressure. It just keeps coming at you by UConn.
There's a steal. Elamine, alley-oop. Hello!
Oh! What timing on that one?
49-25. Turnover. We go the other way. 8 turnovers for Asheville. Stay with us at halftime. We've got the National Car Rental halftime report coming your way.
Just a sweet play right here all the way by Elamine. Check out the pass. Perfect. Saunders comes in. Forget about it. Wow, what timing on that.
Well, we told you he was jumping up and getting his hand half a foot over the box on the backboard during the shoot-around today. So that was not a struggle.
And you know, when you see that thing work, it looks so pretty, David. That is a tough timing alley-oop.
You got that right. Freeman, hard inside, draws another foul. Stay tuned at halftime. The National Car Rental halftime report. We'll check the Big East wire. The Big East is back. And, of course, we'll check some stats and a lot of Connecticut highlights coming up at halftime. McGonigal's foul, his second. We're talking about turnovers. Connecticut outscoring Asheville 15-5 points over off of turnovers.
Always a big part of the Huskies game.
Freeman missed a couple of free throws earlier. Brett Carey's in for Andre Smith. Albert Mooring will take a seat for Connecticut. Marcus Cox, freshman from Bridgeport, Connecticut. Colby Cathedral's in.
See, one thing about the tempo of this game from the beginning, Eddie Biedenbach wasn't trying to slow this game down. He was trying to, move the ball against pressure, go up and down. The one risk with that, of course, is that UConn gets to put 50 points up in the first half, gets their athletes going, and they're really clicking right now.
Oh, and their depth and their defense, and Eddie seeing his offense really struggle just to get the ball into the attacking zone, like right here. Reisinger brings it up. Draws contact. That was a good play. Solid play by Reisinger to draw the foul on Doug Wren. Second foul on Wren. Other action around the Big East. Miami, 10-point loser at Memphis. Wake Forest, good-looking ball club. They knock off Temple. Pepe Sanchez did not play. Florida rolls over A&M. Indiana stops Kentucky. Kentucky's rally fell short. Maryland over Illinois. Another win for the ACC over the Big East. Earnhardt, no. Juan rebounds. 28 seconds. Let's see if they hold for one.
Again, good interior defense, changing the shot. That time it was Juan. And Connecticut will. Alameen, having him quarterbacking with his experience, he really sets the tone and controls the game for the Huskies.
What a lineup here. You got Wren, Alameen, Cox, Juan, and Saunders. Wren not in the right place, so Alameen's going to take it himself with 6, and he knocks it down.
Talk about controlling it and making it happen. Alameen getting it done.
Oh, baby! How about that? They're going to wipe it off. Brett Carey from half court.
I'll tell you what, that was pretty right off the glass.
The Six Huskies with at least 7 points. How about Carey?
Yeah, that was the zeros across the board. Nevertheless, a great shot. Too bad he didn't let it go just a little bit sooner.
One of the bright spots for UNC-Asheville doesn't count. 53-25 Connecticut. We're at halftime. Number 8, Huskies in control. Back with the National Criminal halftime report. First half. We're back with the second half action after this timeout with Connecticut leading 53-25. Stores, everybody, 53-25 as we're about to start the second half. Before we do, let's take a look at the Volkswagen Big East leaders. Troy Murphy leading and scoring from Notre Dame. And how about Troy Bell, 63% from long range. And Ricardo Greer having a good early going to this season as well.
Boy, Murphy picking up right where he left off last year with that dynamite freshman year for the Irish.
Here's UNC-Asheville. The rebound goes to Kevin Freeman. Brings it up floor and finds Alameen. Connecticut fans on their feet until the first bucket by the Huskies, and they get a 3-second violation on Jake Voskuhl. Turnover number 7, and boy, I tell you what, Jake was ready to score. He got no points, no rebounds, and 2 fouls, but he was in deep. He was ready to put it in the hole.
I mean, had he established inside position on that or what? Man-to-man by the Huskies. Crowd on their feet. They will be until the UConn Huskies score in the second half.
Here's Brett Carey. Hit a half-court shot as the buzzer sounded, right after the buzzer sounded to end the first half. Here's Andre Smith with 10 on the shot clock. Had it blocked. Puts it up again. That's way short. Shot an air ball. Saunders to Alameen ahead of the pack. Freeman to the hole. He'll shoot a couple. Fouls on Reisinger. And Freeman landed softly, so he's okay.
Alameen always has the head up, and he's able to find Freeman. And Reisinger aggressively going up. It was an aggressive foul, but certainly a clean foul by Reisinger. Connecticut looks to run whenever they have the opportunity.
First foul on John Reisinger. Freeman 3 of 5 at the line in the first half, and not off to a good start here in the second half. Good numbers, though. He had 10 points, 3 rebounds, even though he did shoot 3 for 5 from the field.
He's shooting the ball at times a little flat, David, from the outside. There's a nice touch.
He got that one. Shooting just 43% from the field in the first 5 games. Pressure now from the Huskies.
And Freeman is one of the all-time, number 3 all-time field goal percentage guys here. However, he's taken more perimeter shots this year than he's taken in the past. Normally, he's been right in the paint area.
Alley-oop. Reisinger can't get it. Freeman leads out to Alameen. Nobody guards him. He got bumped. There's a foul on Reisinger, his second.
Reisinger's pretty aggressive. He's a kid who's got to get some scoring going for UNC-Asheville, the team leading scorer, but averaging just a little bit over 11 a game. This is a team right now where no one's really a go-to guy for the Bulldogs.
Alameen, no. Voskuhl elevates over everybody, gets a rebound. Cutters Freeman off the glass. You can count that. Kevin Freeman. Good ball movement, or movement without the ball by Connecticut. Freeman got himself open. Earnhardt just picked up his 3rd foul.
Nice look by Voskuhl. He's able to see over the defense. And UConn picking up where they left off in the first half, as you see Freeman's overall numbers for his career.
A 3-point play by Kevin Freeman. 57-25. The pressure stays on. Freeman's got 14. Earnhardt gets it to Carey. In the corner, Sikowitz, Earnhardt, runner in the lane, put back Reisinger. Reisinger's got 7 points, coming from the weak side.
He seems to have a nose for the ball, too. Reisinger, you say his name a lot. He seems to be around the basketball with a good finish right there. UNC-Asheville, they just got to try to, get the composure right here, get a couple of stops defensively and see if they can whittle away. But that was shots like that one.
Ouch. A fadeaway from that distance by El-Amin. Osikowicz, here's Reisinger, the trailer. Gives it to Osikowicz, goes underneath. No, sir. Put back Earnhardt, no. Earnhardt flip, no. Rebound Saunders.
No luck in there for Earnhardt. He had one like that in the first half as well.
El-Amin just moved past Donnie Marshall for 22nd place on the all-time Connecticut list. Scoring list. Earnhardt really messed up that shot by Voskuhl, who should have scored on the dunk. Earnhardt swings it. Andre Smith into the teeth of the defense. That's a good shot. Didn't take it all the way to the shot blockers right before they got there, and he knocks it down. He's got his first bucket.
Plus, he was quick with that. He made his move, and he didn't hesitate.
Saunders, power forward. Got a nice shooting touch. 9 points for Edmond.
UConn is just shooting the lights out tonight. 62% in the first half, and they just don't seem to be slowing down here. Everybody getting into the act.
UNC-Asheville out of the Big South Conference. Coaches and media poll, and Bulldogs picked to finish third in that conference behind Radford and Winthrop. Osikowicz, tough shot. Changed by Voskuhl. Tell you what, if they had that on the stat sheet, UConn would be in double figures. Quick trigger, El-Amin. Too strong. Rebound, Earnhardt.
Asheville's got to get something going to the goal, though, David. UConn only committing 4 fouls in the first half. Got to get themselves to the foul line a few times. See if they can slow the pace of this game down just a little bit. Got to go up strong.
Osikowicz posting, takes it right into traffic, turns it over, but El-Amin can't control it.
Checking in for Connecticut, number 34.
Ajo Dang and Suleiman Wan come in for Saunders and Voskuhl in the Connecticut lineup.
Jim Calhoun continues to work his bench. You're getting to see the depth that UConn has, getting to see some of the younger players in the lineup. Robertson in there now. You see Dang out there.
Brandon Carter's in the game, number 23 for Asheville. Get it over to Carey. Bulldogs last year 11-18, 5-5 in the Big South Conference. And we got a shot clock violation, turnover. Bulldogs timeout on the floor. 15:41 to go in our ball game. It's Connecticut 61, UNC-Asheville 29, as Khalid El-Amin is shooting well. Ranked Connecticut leading UNC-Asheville big here, 61-29. Eddie Beidenbach not afraid to play the big boys, and you see in his first 2 years they played the defending national champions, and it boded well for the club from the Big South. They won the regular season title in the Big South, and they hope that history will repeat itself this year. Eddie says he plays these games, A, for the money. He says, B, this year, we can win this league, the Big South. And he said if we do win the Big South and get to the NCAA tournament for the first time, this is the kind of club that they would face first round as a 15 or 16 seed. Ajo Dang for 3, won't go. Suleiman Wan with the rebound. Back out to El-Amin. Freeman will fire from just inside the three-point line, and he hits it. Line drive, and it goes down.
I think the other thing too is this gives Eddie Beidenbach's team, some national exposure. You play the top-ranked team in the country, get your kids some real top experience. I think right now, though, to come into this game 0-6, certainly a very tough battle right now for UNC, with Kentucky and NC State waiting around the corner. Wow.
It's a heck of a way to start. I know, talking to Jim Calhoun, he said, that's a tough way to go, but you hope you don't lose the kids psychologically. And certainly they have not shown that effect. Brandon Carter, he's got 8 points.
It's a lot of young kids on this team, and they're going to need to get a W, fairly soon, just to get themselves confident and believing in themselves. But I'll tell you what, they play hard all the way.
Suleiman Wan, twice the long arm of Wan with rebounds that I don't think many other guys would have gotten.
Goes up and gets it. And again, to be able to come in with Wan off the bench for Jake Voskuhl just adds another dimension He really runs the floor, and he's versatile. And check the way he just goes out and gets that ball.
Foul is on Reisinger, his third. How about Suleiman Wan? He's got 6 rebounds in his limited time tonight. Inside to Suleiman. Turn around the bounce. Dang with the rebound. Lost it. Robertson got checked by Horton. And let's see. They're going to have a call from the outside official. So they're going to get Jason Horton for the foul, the 7'2" sophomore. Twin Springs High School in Hilton, Virginia.
Like he had a lot of leather. Might have caught him a bit with the body, but it looked like he had a lot of ball.
At the line for Connecticut, Tony Robertson.
Tony Robertson at the line. Great All-American. Scored more than 2,400 points in his high school career. St. Andrews and East Providence, Rhode Island. So look at Carey coming back in. Brett Carey.
He's quick.
Comes in for Andre Smith.
Robertson's quick. He can shoot the ball. Got a nice stroke, and Jim Calhoun weaving him into the lineup nicely here tonight to get some quality minutes.
Good numbers off the bench for Connecticut. Wan with 8, Dang and Robertson with 7 apiece. And we got a hand check. Fouls on number 50, Marcus Cox.
Always hear a couple of growls from the crowd, from the Husky fans, the Husky faithful. When one of their boys gets called for a foul. It's only the 5th foul tonight by UConn all night.
They've doubled up Asheville, and people are playing it, you know, like a blue line special. Horton wouldn't go on a short hook. Rand leads to Robertson. Robertson wide open is Cox. Got it. Marcus Cox. He'd been struggling, 1 of 7 from the field coming in and is averaging 5 minutes a game. But I know he felt good on that one.
From Bridgeport, I tell you what, to get that first basket to go, a lot of times for a player too, especially a young player, if that first jumper goes, boy, your whole night works out really well.
No question. Now I belong. Now I'm ready.
And some guys really, you know, get the lift from that, and they're in the game.
Well, that shot was changed, but got to give it to McGonigal. They didn't call him for the travel. There's the lead out to Suleiman Wan. Nice save, but he threw it away. Carter back the other way. Carter 1-on-2.
Good decision to back it out.
Turnover. This should be interesting. Suleiman Wan. He made that kind of easy. I thought he would really put a little extra. If we were grading on a scale of 10, I'd only give that about a 5 or 6.
Well, I'll tell
He's
you
got
what,
10 points.
He did it aggressively, made it look easy, but I thought he might tomahawk it.
Yep. Well, I thought he was going to raise up to about the 18th floor and then hammer one. 3 Connecticut players in double digits. 70-34.
Once again, the balance evident for the Huskies. A lot of guys can get into the act and do get into the act for the Huskies.
It's a good look-see for the kids tonight, no doubt about it. Good shot there by Brett Carey. It's a 3.
Brett Carey's
got 6.
Coming off that 26-point game against Western Carolina.
That
Doug Wren. Everybody in the scoring column. Biden going to call timeout. Try to stem the tide just a little bit, 12-10. Now, he knew he was coming into a tough battle tonight. I don't think he expected it to be quite this bad. A lot of open floor. Watch Suleiman Wan, open floor right here.
I mean, you're just seeing the quickness, the athleticism. Suleiman Wan. Oh, sending it through. Again, the defense creating offense for the Huskies.
Check out some other action. Syracuse leading St. Joseph's of Philadelphia 35-28 at the half. Up at the Dome. Wow, Cincinnati, #1 in the nation, knocked off Gonzaga 75-68. There's another one. How about that? Duke in overtime over DePaul.
Tough battle.
Not a good. I like these good early season matchups. Say top 30 teams. Under 12 to play. Dave Sims and Ron Perry with 3. Reisinger up top. Won't go. A little strong. Robertson got ran ahead of the pack. Couldn't get it to him. And a bump by Andre Smith. His first.
Well, a big story for Asheville tonight. One and you're done. The Huskies have just dominated the backboards.
That they have. 11:48 to go. 73-37 here in stores. You're watching Big East basketball from ESPN 3:37. Number 8 Connecticut over UNC-Asheville, and this has been a fantastic home on campus for the Huskies. 61-9 overall. They've dominated the Big East opponents, and likewise for non-Big East opponents. Tough place.
Wow.
Coming in from out of town.
Unbelievable. Great success. Great on-campus facility. Oh, alley-oop time.
Justin Brown keeps it alive. Nice pass by Ajo Dang to Robertson. Dang with the big freshman, redshirt freshman Justin Brown. He's a 7-footer. Wren, Cox, and Robertson on the floor for Connecticut. The bench has done well this evening.
Is the word depth that comes to mind.
Almost another turnover. Reisinger inside. Earnhardt draws a crowd. I tell you what, you bring the ball near the basket, these folks swarm.
Well, it's just it's sort of like a running back that thinks he sees a hole and it just closes up on you. Connecticut, with their quickness, able to get themselves into the action and really distract almost every shot. Nice pass by Dang on that last one to Robertson for the deuce.
Adam Earnhardt, a slim 7-footer. He's added 20 pounds. 7 foot, 200 pounds, averaging 9 points a game. A couple of free throws, came in at 63%. Got 4 points tonight. Well, one thing for sure tonight, UNC-Asheville will not join the ranks of NC State, Florida State, and Jackson State. They are the only non-Big East teams to ever win here in this building. Justin Brown, hook shot, no. Dang got rim and the ball. So Ajo Dang has got 9 points.
He's looked very effective tonight, both from the outside as well as in the paint area.
Carry, nobody home.
But they say don't leave your feet with nowhere to go, and he got up in the air that time, and it really limits your options as he throws it out of bounds.
Made an assumption, and Reisinger moved to create space for him.
You were over there.
Yeah.
What happened? Well, you went airborne, and I left.
Justin Brown, boy, I tell you what, he's packed some weight on his frame since a year ago. Short. Dang, reverse. Should have just laid it up. Reisinger. Oh, my goodness.
That's one of those 8th row jobs. Check it out. I will say this, though, David. I remember in high school having a shot sent back like this, a real nasty one. Bang, get out of here. But you keep the basketball. As impressive as that is impressive.
It's almost a 40-point game. You'll give it to him. But you're right. The Bill Russell method is to keep it in play and lead the break the other way.
Outlet it, yeah.
That's exactly right. But, boy, it did look good.
You do send a little bit of a message, too, when you send the guy shot that far back.
Wow.
A little discouraging to take it back into the hoop.
Yeah, Doug Wren. He's a 6'6" player jumping like he's 6'12", 6'10". 5 on the shot clock. He had to put it up. Andre Smith did, and we got a foul on the play. And looks like we're going to stay right here. Justin Brown picks up the foul. No, check that. It's against Earnhardt. He's just as surprised as I am. Ohio State doubling up on Duquesne second half. Purdue, a winner against Akron. Oklahoma State with a 20-point advantage second half. The Cowboys 22nd in the country. For more scores, you can log on to ESPN.com. Part of the Go Network, Go.com.
Justin Brown, another young big center that Jim Calhoun will work into his rotation. Runs the floor well, good size.
First time at the line for Brown. It's 0 for 1. Little lead. They tried that play a couple of times. We got a blocking foul, and it's against the Huskies.
It's against Brown. He's banging away in there with Earnhardt, and that time he get called for the push.
Well, Justin will take a seat. Got in the books. A foul. Got to go to the line. Brown picks up his second foul. Voskel's back in. It's Saunders and Voskel, Freeman, Mooring, and Elamine. The starters are back in probably for their last time. Just under 10 to play. 77-39, Connecticut leading UNC-Asheville. Other turnover. Saunders takes over. Mooring Mooring, alley-oop. Freeman's there.
Just too much quickness. Connecticut cashing in again against pressure.
18 points for Freeman. It's a relentless defense. Blocked by Voskel. Reisinger takes it up and in. Nice play by John Reisinger, the top returning scorer for the Bulldogs out of Harrison High School in Evansville, Indiana.
Well, the more you see Reisinger, too, the more you like him. He's active, he's gritty.
Jake Voskel will go to the line. Well, Reisinger just picked up his 4th foul.
Number 21, John Reisinger, his 4th personal foul, 8th on the team. Jake Voskel will shoot 2.
79-41.
Thing about Connecticut, though, they don't play to the score. They just play for the full 40 minutes.
That they do.
It comes right from their coach, Jim Calhoun. You're not going to stay out on the floor if you're not playing at 110%. Nice dish right there over to Freeman. It's a very unselfish Connecticut team, and they've really gotten that ball well distributed tonight.
10 different Huskies have scored tonight. 2 points for Voskel. We got 15 players dressed, so I'm sure we'll see some of the walk-ons as we get into the final couple of minutes.
Hey, we might even get a couple of minutes out there. Get that arm ready.
UNC-Asheville. You look at their results, a lot of ats at Missouri, at St. Louis, at Tennessee, at Tennessee Tech. And we get a traveling violation on Ben McGonigal. Their only home game was Virginia Tech and at Western Carolina. And they are headed towards their 7th straight loss.
They have had a very tough, not only road schedule, but just schedule in general. Just going to have to try to keep their confidence together.
Khaled El-Amin having some fun. 14 tonight. Had a couple things, like he said to Doug Wren, hey, rookie, this is how you do it.
Just pulled it back and released it. He's got such a quick release. Khaled El-Amin, at times, he can take the game over whenever he really wants to.
If you're seeing him for the first time, you're thinking, there's no way this guy's going to kill me, and he does everything you can want more. Saunders with another seal. Let's see. El-Amin. Oh, that didn't quite work.
Oh, what an attempt that was. I knew El-Amin had something in mind the way he was looking back.
He was looking for some help. He wanted to make somebody look good. Sikowitz with the jumper. 84-43. Saunders has shown some quick hands tonight. A couple steals.
The blue jerseys that are out there right now are tired. Jim Calhoun has kept those fresh bodies coming in and out.
That works the clock. Well, maybe not. Saunders faces up. Tell you what, give him room. I tell you what, he reminds me so much of Charles Oakley. If he gets that standstill face-up jumper, he's going to hit it.
He's got a soft touch.
He really
Edmund
does.
Saunders getting better and better as well.
I mean, a power forward stepping that far outside. Saunders just got called for the foul. A little too physical on Sikowitz. But Saunders is your prototypical power forward. He can jump like crazy. He's strong. And he runs well, too. Timeout on the floor, 7:01 to go, and an 86-43 Connecticut double up on UNC-Asheville. Minute 1, and although this play was not exactly in the playbook.
No, it wasn't. That was an alley-oop attempt off the glass to a trailing Saunders, and that ball didn't get up quite high enough for Edmund that time. El-Amin always looking for that fantastic opportunity to slam it home.
Connecticut's first unit still in the game. There's a shot going up by Andre Smith. And El-Amin talking about his value to the ball club, a career-high 10 assists to go with those 14 points. So he has done some damage against Asheville tonight.
He's the catalyst. He makes this team go. Plays with a lot of confidence, plays with a lot of flair, and you can tell the players really look to get him the ball to distribute it.
Andre Smith at the line. Freshman from Miami's Palmetto High School. Kevin Freeman. He leaves probably for the last time tonight. Hajo Dang is in. Freeman leaves the game with 18 points on 6 of 12 shooting.
Another relentless effort by Freeman. Always shows up ready to go. Another fine performance.
Elamine, let's see if this one works. Mooring has to catch that rim as he flies by. That was an air ball. Put back. Another miss there. Tip. Another miss there by Horton. So 3 bad misses. Voskuhl will shoot a couple. Boy, Jake's feet obviously are okay because he's running the floor very well.
Wow.
Had a lot of foot problems last year. Missed 2 games. Both turned out to be Connecticut losses. Syracuse up down at Hartford, and here against Miami.
He really gets after it. I'll tell you, Voskuhl defensively, he had 13 in the last game, the Coppin State game. And, you know, I think point-wise, they'd like to see him up there between 8 and 12 points a game, catching, finishing inside. But he does do a lot, no matter what, defensively for the Huskies.
Number 10, Andre Smith, his second personal foul, 9th on the team.
Jake 0 for 1 from the field, 2 for 3 at the line. Mooring and Elamine, they're probably done for the evening as well. Robertson and Cox return. Asheville, tell you what, when they did take it into the paint, they had it changed or sent back. So they haven't had a chance to get to the line much. And Voskuhl will take a seat. He too is probably done as Suleiman Wan returns. So it's Wan, Dang, Robertson, Wren, and Saunders on the floor right now for Connecticut.
Well, it's been mostly jump shots tonight by UNC-Asheville. Not a lot of second chances, and they've been undermanned inside, so they haven't been able to get really much of an inside game going. So, as you said, very few trips to the charity stripe.
Smith and Carey in the backcourt. Got Benizell in the game, number 32. Here's Carter. Jumper's good. Carter shot with confidence tonight. 6'3" freshman. He's got 11.
And you know what? He can really finish it, David. He just gets the ball. He knows how to find the net.
Turnover by the Huskies. They get it to Carey. Carey a fire. Back rim. Rebound. Boy, where'd Wren come? Wren lays it up on the hammer. Doug Wren with 5 points. A freshman from Seattle. Didn't play last year. Top 25 prospect. He had 7 points in 7 minutes on Monday.
He really got up on that one, showed you his quickness. Might have had a little extra juice hanging on to the rim on that one, but really got up.
There's a tough shot by Smith over to 2 7-footers. Doug Wren getting a lot of playing time tonight.
Good opportunity for the 7'2". Freshman center Jason Horton, sophomore center, to get some minutes for Asheville tonight. He's out right now. Wren really got up. You can hang on to the rim if there's a fear that someone might take your feet out. You might have hung on there a little bit long that time, but nevertheless, got to keep his safety in mind. Connecticut controlling the paint scoring, as we mentioned earlier.
Adam Earnhardt back in for Asheville, replacing Jason Horton. And Saunders left the game. Cox took his place. And here's Cox firing. Back rims the 3. Dang kept it alive. Dumps down to Suleiman Wan. Oh, great look. Nice pass.
Well, you know, Dang keeps that ball alive, and he really sees the floor very well. It's been an impressive performance by him tonight.
Robertson with 11. Up top, Carter got it. Another 3. Carter, you can see why he was so highly regarded coming out of Bristol, Tennessee.
I think he's going to work himself right into the starting lineup on this team. He really can fill it up.
He's got 14 points. Dang puts it on the floor. Wheels to Cox. Robertson, jump stop in the lane. Dang got his hands on it, lost it, got it back, had it taken away, got it back again, and he scored. Suleiman Wan, very active underneath. Suleiman with 12. They look back door. Wan going against Earnhardt. Earnhardt. Bank shot. Well done.
Adam Earnhardt.
Steal by Reisinger. Lead. Oh, that's a good bucket. Andre Smith got it over the big fella for the bucket.
It's a very nice finish that time as Asheville continues to work very hard in this game. Despite being down as big as they are, they're playing hard.
Earnhardt got it, lost it. Ahead to Wren. Wren, too strong. Loose ball. Reisinger takes over.
Little helter-skelter out there right now.
Earnhardt Way outside. Here's Carey. Carey fades and fires. He hit it 93-57 Connecticut over UNC-Asheville.
Carey's a very spunky player in the backcourt as well. The junior guard.
Cox. Check that dang, had it knocked away. Carey will back it off. Carter. Carey got a good look at it. That's a three. And Jim Calhoun wants a timeout. His second and third teamers not playing real effectively right now. 2:51 to go in the ball game at 93-30 as Wren goes up. It's been all Connecticut tonight here in Stores. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Connecticut rolling over UNC-Asheville in what has been a tough day for the Big East Conference run, Perry.
Oh, that's exactly right. So UConn trying to make amends here tonight at Gamble, but it was a tough day around the conference with a lot of L's being rung up.
Here's what Connecticut has immediately in front of it. Number 4, Arizona, coming up Tuesday. Grade 8 in Chicago. Fordham off to a good start. They won today. 4-1. Fairfield and Houston. Talking about the Big East having a tough day. West Virginia beat McNeese State. Pittsburgh lost to Tennessee. St. John's beat Virginia. Then some losses. Boston College, Seton Hall, Notre Dame, Providence, and Miami. All losers tonight. And Rutgers is playing Maryland, Baltimore County this evening. Maybe we can get you a score before we leave the air tonight. 2:35 to go here.
David, you've seen the Johnnies play. That's a nice win for them. They're off to a good start.
They're an interesting team in that they basically are 5 strong. They got no bench this year. The 5 are really good, but there's no bench.
A lot of minutes.
That's right. Foul trouble and injuries will kill them. And I think it'll be interesting when they play Connecticut, because the waves of people at Connecticut, I mean, Jimmy's going to play 9 deep easy.
Comes at you with a lot of people, and you know, Jim Calhoun is the master, I think, at weaving different combinations and getting people experience and getting them game ready for conference play. So he is going 9 deep. Gone even deeper in this game.
Oh, no doubt about it. Nick McDevitt is in the game right now for Asheville. It's Justin Brown with the lefty hook.
Now the youngster with a nice move in there and a good opportunity to display some of his skills right now. Covered some ground there.
11 players have scored, and there's a foul on Robertson.
Robertson's had a nice evening for himself, though. He's in double figure scoring. Robbie Joyner got himself fouled. And Eddie Biedenbach going into the last time out, high-fiving his players. They're way down in this ball game, but they've continued to play with intensity. They put a nice little run together. And I think what he's trying to do right now is just maintain, you know, that high level of intensity with his players. They're obviously going down in this game because they had a long season in front of them.
Yeah.
Doesn't want them to get too down about this thing.
But Eddie firmly believes they can win the Big South this year. And Eddie, one of Eddie's claims to fame is he's a guy that recruited 3 guys named Thompson, Burleson, and Tao to NC State. That's not too shabby.
They're pretty good players.
For you youngsters out there, they won the 1974 NCAA championship. Beat UCLA in the semi, beat Marquette in the final.
Eddie's an NC State grad. He's been around the game for a long time, highly regarded. In his 4th year here at UNC-Asheville, doing a nice job.
Long-time assistant at NC State. There with Les Robinson. He was at Georgia as an assistant when they went to the Final Four back in '93.
Head coach at Davidson back around the time I was in college. He was an assistant.
Did you play them at all when you were at Holy
State.
Cross?
No, we didn't, but similar type school, just happened to be located down in North Carolina. Actually, a school I visited when considering colleges back in 1976. Good up fake there as Connecticut continues to play the tough man-to-man.
Ben Ezel with the bucket out of Madison High School, Marshall, North Carolina.
It's a pretty nice move by Ezel. Quick and effective.
Doug Randboy, second time he's been short tonight on the jumper. Still trying to find it.
Looked good going to the basket, but almost hesitant as he takes that jump shot.
Tell you what, when he gets it together, because he's certainly built for the game, there's no doubt about that. Let's take a look at our best play of the game, brought to you by Advance Auto Parts. The best part is our people. Easy selection here. The El Amin sparked early in the game.
Well, he just controls the game, and he gets everybody involved. Excellent effort. They dished that time to Edmund Saunders, but his overall game, once again, controlling it for the UConn Huskies.
10 assists tonight.
That was a great feed. I tell you what, the crowd really loved that play. Edmund Saunders enjoying himself a bit on the bench right now.
Stanley Osidi comes into the game along with Brett Watson for Connecticut. Brett's number 10, walk-on from Wichita, Kansas. Stanley from Cambridge, Mass. A sophomore. Brett Watson. Student section going nuts. They hope he scores. A walk-on. Cox has got it. Stanley Osidi up top. 6'7", 195 pounds. Justin Brown. Had it taken away. Watson will not be able to get some help. Robbie Joyner settles it. McDivitt's got it. Colin Shaw. Fire it. And a nice dunk and a foul. Wren's foul. And a two-hit chest bump. Robbie Joyner. Brings a smile from the Asheville bench, and head coach Eddie Payton-Bacher say, love to see the guys at the end of the bench get a chance.
And play hard.
Absolutely.
You play with enthusiasm down the stretch.
That was Robbie Joyner, a freshman out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Wren takes it. Oh, man, took it right to the defense and draws some contact. Wren's a big kid.
He is. He is strong, and he basically just said, hey, 1st and 10. I'm going right through the middle on this one.
Robbie Joyner.
Wren's got 7 points and 6 boards tonight. He'd like to have 2 air balls back on the jumpers that he took.
Very good opportunity, though, for Jim Calhoun to get Wren some quality minutes. Robertson certainly played very well. Cox got into the game, so Jim Calhoun's got to be happy with the effort once again, and it'd be interesting to think if he thinks the team's on track right now. They certainly look effective.
Juma Jackson. Not much happening there. There's a loose ball. Jackson's got it. Takes it all the way in. Draws contact and scores. So Connecticut does not appear. Well, they'll get maybe one more possession to try to get to the 100-point mark tonight.
Good hustle right here by Jackson. He just willed that play together and kept after it. This is just all-out hustle. Able to finish and reel it in. Good effort and good intensity by Eddie Biedenbach's club right down to the wire in this one.
Mike Woodward, number 30, freshman from Cleveland's in the game for Connecticut. The three-point play, they'll get 4 seconds to try to get on the board to get 100 points. He's going to shoot it. He needs a fire-headed block. Oh, man, he's going to hear about it. Mike Woodward, they will be all over him on the Connecticut bench. Nonetheless, the final in a 30-point game. Jim Calhoun and the Huskies never really pushed in this game. 98-68. We'll get some post-game comments coming up in a few minutes. Ron Terry will interview Jim Calhoun and some of the Huskies. Huskies go to 5-1 overall, while UNC-Asheville, out of the Big South Conference, drops to 0-7. 30-point losers tonight. We'll take a break and come back and hear from Khalid El-Amin, Jim Calhoun, and company here from Stores. The Huskies win it big. We'll be back right after this.
Me and Kevin, once again, you guys came out with a lot of intensity and really put this team away. You really controlled the backboards in this one.
Yeah, we try to come out focused and ready to play. We don't have a letdown and make any mistakes. We came out focused and ready to play, and we took care of business today.
It really was a good opportunity for you to get a lot of people into the action. You had an 18-point game. You had an outstanding effort out there, but also a good chance for your freshmen to play a lot of minutes in this game as well.
Yeah, a lot of guys got opportunities to play. They stepped up, Juice, Doug, all those guys, Marcus, they got a chance to play. But we need that from the young guys coming into Tuesday.
Kevin, you got a big game coming up. You really put the UNC team away, played with a high level of intensity, and you've got Arizona next on the slate. What do you think about that game coming up?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game, a fun game to watch and a fun game to be in. And we're looking forward to that. And today was a preparation to hopefully be ready for Tuesday.
All right. Hey, Kevin, you're really playing well. Best of luck as you keep it going. All right. Let me bring Khalid El-Amin into the game. Khalid, another great game. You had 10 assists in this one, and you really took charge. Early in the game, you went down hard. Everyone took a big, deep breath there, making sure you're okay. What was the story there?
I came down awkwardly, but I'm all right. Mom, Dad, I'm all right. But yeah, we came out and just took advantage from the beginning. That's what we need to do against teams like this. We don't want to let them get their confidence up or anything like that. We just want to come and pound them early and get this game over with.
You really seem to be just taking charge out there and really just being the absolute leader on the floor. You've done it, obviously, since you've been here, but right now, really consciously seem to be getting a lot of people involved in the action.
Well, that's what we need to do if we're going to be a good team. This summer, I worked hard as ever, and I just try to become the best player I can be. And we're going to need that type of play from myself if we expect to go back to the national championship.
Well, one of the things we're seeing with this team is you're the catalyst on it, but you're really getting a lot of balance and the young people getting involved as well.
Well, I'm not going to be able to do it by myself. We're going to have the other players, we're going to have to need them to step up and really make some big plays, and our young guys coming along well, so we're really happy about that. But it's going to be a team effort throughout this year and for this team here, so hopefully we can have another great season.
Yeah, nice test against Arizona on Tuesday. You guys going to get fired up for that one?
Definitely. We're going to be ready and prepared for that one. To be the best, you got to beat the best. So Arizona's playing well right now, so we're definitely going to have to play well if we want to win.
All right, Khalid, thanks a lot, and best of luck with continued success for the Huskies.
Thank you.
All right, Khalid El-Amin and Kevin Freeman, couple of stars in this game. Back to you, David.
All right, thank you, Ron. Big win tonight for Connecticut. Dominating performance, 30-pointer, 98-68 to run to 5-1 against 0-7 UNC-Asheville. Back for final comments in a moment. Hi, everybody. Dave Sims and Ron Perry with you. And got to like a lot of things about what happened tonight from a Connecticut standpoint, although I'm sure Jim Calhoun will find a couple things that he can talk about that he wants to improve on for Tuesday's matchup against Arizona.
Ever the perfectionist. However, this was a game I think that really fed into UConn's strength. It was a UNC-Asheville team that was willing to come out and go up and down the floor with UConn. It was an opportunity for Khalid El-Amin to really showcase his talents and get a lot of people involved. But I tell you, UConn looked very powerful.
Oh, they did. No question about it. The shot blockers anchoring the back line, shooting from outside. Here's a final look at the numbers. 55% from outside for the Connecticut Huskies. 16 of 25. They got to the line often. They rebounded. They did a great job there. Points off of turnovers. That is a remarkable stat there. And second chance points, too.
Well, that was it. I mean, Connecticut generates a lot off of their defense. Once again, the press really bothered UNC-Asheville. And second chance points is just the relentless front line of UConn going up, getting after the ball. And who does that better than Kevin Freeman, the way he goes in there, throws his body. And I thought Edmond Saunders really looked very effective as well.
No doubt about it. Your power forward able to face up and knock down some jumpers from the outside. Kevin Freeman had 18 points. Khalid El-Amin had 14 points. He had a career-high 10 assists to lead this ball club. And this after shaking off, as Ronnie talked to him about the early effects of that injury, which scared the daylights out of folks here in Gamble.
Yeah, I tell you what, a little bit of a deep breath anytime anything happens with Khalid El-Amin, but he just controls it. He is the heart and soul of this team, and he took charge and made a lot of good things happen for the UConn Huskies tonight.
That'll do it from Gamble Pavilion here in Storrs, Connecticut. For Ron Perry, I'm Dave Sims. Thanks for joining us on Big East Basketball. The defending national champions, no sweat tonight against UNC-Asheville. Have a good night, everybody.